Hey, welcome back. Steve AZ711 here. Well, today I'm going to try and get the intermediate shaft replaced on this HHR in the steering column. And first thing I did was to disconnect the negative battery cable. This will keep the airbag from going off under the steering wheel. And when I did that, I made sure I did not close the tailgate because there's no connection to the battery now. So I put a little rag over it. Well, the shop manual says you can lock the steering wheel instead of taking the negative battery cable loose. Anyway, I have the steering wheel positioned where the wheels are straight. And there's that noise I'm trying to get rid of. I have jacked up on this side. And this left front tire removed, so the right front is still on the ground. Okay, I've noticed once I positioned the steering wheel and the front wheel straight that this bolt right here is the one that I need to take loose from the shaft right here. Now the manual says you don't need to mark this shaft here, so what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go ahead and put a mark on this anyway, just for my own personal reference, though I don't think I'm going to need it. I just use regular whiteout to make that mark with. Okay, I'm going to take this bolt loose from the shaft. Now they say to go ahead and discard this bolt. Now I just got to take that shaft off of the shaft. I'm using a long screwdriver, one of my older ones. I haven't put any liquid wrench on this yet, but I might have to. Yeah, I'm pretty close. Okay, I'm going to break from shop manual procedure and go underneath the dash, mark the position of the steering column to the other end of this shaft, and see if I can get it loose from there. Okay, there's your steering motor there. I've removed two panels to get to this. They're just plastic push-in panels, and the one that goes over here has 4 screws, I believe. I'll show you that when I put it back together, but it looks like there's also a panel right here. And there's what they look like. Alright, there's the other intermediate shaft joint. This shaft down here, right here, is designed to slide up and down. And I am definitely not getting that from underneath the front because it should have just slid right on up and out. But it did not want to. Got to mark the position of the steering wheel for sure on this shaft. Okay, it's 13 millimeters. And at 25 foot-pounds is not very much torque. Alrighty. And there's the second bolt. Well, I had to drop the vehicle down off the jack stand and onto the ground. This way I was able to reach down in and pull the piece off of the rack and pinion. I was able to pull the intermediate shaft off of the rack and pinion shaft because it was loose enough. It was just at a bind when I had it jacked up. Once you get that off, then you move under the dash. That little pry bar, I guess if you got a screwdriver you can do the same. And just pry that back where it loosens up. Put a pair of vice grips on it. But it should just there, slide off. You don't really need the vice grips. I just had them on there to get a hold with and loosen it up a little bit. After you got that down like that, should be able just to thing through and out. Okay, I have my scribe marks on the new one, and there's the new bolts that go in, 25 foot-pounds, and I'm going to go put this one back in now, put the new one in, I mean. And you can see that this telescopes. Okay, slide your new shaft. Anyway, that goes through there like that. I'm going to rest it on the brake pedal for a minute. See if we can't slide this up in there. Let's see if I can't put the one on the other side. I've got that bolt started in a little bit to where it should hold the shaft, and I'm going to go back out underneath and see if I can't line the other bolt up now. Okay, I'm going to see if I can't get this one from the top as well, same way I took it loose. So I need to come down just a little bit more. Okay, it looks like that hole's lined up fairly decent. Marks are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put this bolt in now. Alright, I'll go ahead and tighten this bolt on the intermediate shaft down to 25 foot-pounds. Okay. I think that was it. That one is done. See if I can get this boot in. Once you get that on there, then you're good to go to the underside and get the other bolt down to 25. There's my bolt, and I've got an extension and a 13mm socket on the end, and we'll go ahead and put it down to 25 foot-pounds. The camera is actually in the way. I can't get a good filming shot of it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and then come back. Okay, this is the first part of the underneath of the dash that I have to do. Cover I need to put back on under the dash. There's a, okay, right there, hole right there. That should hold that. The next piece to go on, and it goes up in here like this. Next piece to put on is this lower panel. It just actually has push-in connectors, except for the bottom two has two screws. I push the top in. Line it up. Seven millimeter screws on the bottom. There's two of those. And now the job is done. Well, after doing that repair, I still have my noise. But since it isn't the intermediate shaft, I'm looking to think it might be just the rack and pinion. Anyway, this is Steve AZ711 saying thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Hope all your car repairs go well. And until the next video, bye for now.